Welcome back everyone to a video, and today we are talking about Jayden Daniels, who is looking like he could be a future star in the NFL very early on in his career to really say, but I mean, he's probably the most promising rookie as of right now. No disrespect to obviously Caleb Williams or Bo Nix, but Daniels right now is the most productive and, in my opinion, the most exciting to watch. Now, I gotta say, going into this season, I made a video, I think way back in like probably April, talking about Jayden Daniels and just how good this team could be, if everything clicked very early on. Although, as the offseason progressed, I kind of assumed it really wouldn't click this year because rookie quarterback, new head coach, they didn't have the talent on offense. You get rid of Jahan Dotson, your wide receiver 2, like a couple of weeks before the season starts. And so I'm looking at the roster and I'm thinking, Austin Eckler, not loving that. I like Brian Robinson Jr., I like Terry McLaurin, but after that, like, who else is going to step up? But Jayden Daniels has just played really close to flawless football. He has protected the ball. He has not turned the ball over very much. I think only that one time just this past game, but that didn't matter in the massive win they got. Other than that, he's finding the open guy. He's playing safe football. He's taking what he can get, but he's also, and this is the really, kind of key part, is he's not afraid to push the ball down the field. And he's doing it at a rate that, like, I can't really explain it, but it's like, when he does it, it works because he's not forcing every single time. He's not trying to make something happen. He's just making the right read. And it sounds really simple, but obviously it's a lot easier said than done, especially for rookie quarterbacks. But Daniels has read the field very well. He has protected the football very well. He's been great as a runner. And this team is just at a point that, honestly, I wasn't really expecting, especially this early on. I think I picked them to get 4 or 5 wins all year. I think maybe 5, I think is what I went with. And honestly, at this point, can you make a push at the playoffs? Can you make a push for the division? It's very early on. It's hard to say. You have the Eagles and the Cowboys in this division. It's not going to be easy, but it's not unheard of. I mean, look at the Texans last year. That was a team that was supposed to be pretty bad, and they won the division. So again, it's early on, but Jayden Daniels, I just have to make a video on him. He's been just absolutely amazing. I actually originally had Drake May as like the better prospect, at least in my eyes. I thought he was going to, because he regressed a little bit his senior year, but he had some guys leaving, and it's just a question of is the talent he was playing against, was it easier, or was he not getting the test he deserves, or should he have been playing at a higher level? Because Jayden Daniels obviously went to LSU. I'm excited to see May, but right now Daniels, in my opinion, is the best rookie quarterback. I'm not sure if you could really argue Bo Nix or Caleb Williams over him as of right now. He's just been near perfect. So let's get into the game log. So the first game was the Buccaneers. I actually picked Washington to win this in an upset, and that did not go my way. In that game, though, Daniels was 17 for 24, 184 yards, and he also had 88 yards rushing with 2 touchdowns there. The game wasn't super competitive, so some of those rushing yards and even like rushing touchdown, it's a little bit empty. I don't want to like kind of take a shot at him or anything, but like some of that was in garbage time. But it doesn't matter because then the next few games we'll talk about not garbage time, and he was playing even better. Giants, 23 for 29, no touchdowns, no receptions, no rushing touchdowns. They won that game purely off field goals. But to Daniels' credit, had he turned that ball over, they could have lost that game. Giants scored a touchdown 3 times but didn't have a kicker. They had to go for 2. They didn't get it any of their attempts. Washington just kicked their way into the win. But Daniels, again, played very safe and careful football, put his team in the spots to take those points, and again, a win there. And then probably his biggest game, just because it was prime time against the Bengals. The Bengals were supposed to really kind of come out and, they competed with the Chiefs the week prior. They're supposed to beat Washington, and Daniels just put everybody on notice. 21 of 23 passing, 254 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, another 39 yards rushing and a rushing touchdown. And then, of course, there's also that 55-yard touchdown pass to basically seal up the game to Terry McLaurin. Unbelievable game. It was really unbelievable. Daniels basically did whatever he wanted to in this game. I mean, he was 91% with his passing, which is unbelievable. The Bengals defense is not good. I'm not going to say he was playing a top 5 defense, but when you look at that game, I mean, he made everything happen that needed to happen. If they had a 3rd and short and they need to convert it to keep the drive going, he did it. He did literally everything he needed to at any point in that game, including that long touchdown pass. Had they not scored there, the Bengals were gaining a little bit of momentum. They probably would have come back and won that. I mean, it's a little bit of a long shot to say that because who knows. But I mean, they were not. I can't remember if they were in field goal range, but if they were, it would have been a deep kick. The Bengals have been scoring on basically every possession the past couple attempts, and then Daniels launches it to Terry McLaurin on the sideline in the like kind of back of the end zone there. So again, that game was unbelievable. And then against Arizona, I picked Washington, but I thought this was going to be a close game. I thought this was going to be like a 38-33 kind of game, like it was with the Bengals. Instead, it was 42-14, and Washington was 26. Daniels was 26 of 30, one touchdown, one reception, and then also 47 yards rushing, one touchdown there. Also, he had 233 passing yards. I think I forgot to say that. But yeah, so again, his interception, first one of his career, just kind of got away from him a little bit. He put it a little bit too high, picked it off. It happens. It didn't really seem to phase him. And again, he was 86% with his completion percentage there. So I can't remember what the single season record is for quarterback completion percentage, but I know Daniels on this pace, like he could make a run at breaking that as a rookie. So yeah, with that said, he's on a historic pace, I guess you could say, for completion percentage for a rookie. Rushing wise, though, another 218 yards on the season already with 4 touchdowns, and 897 yards passing already with 3 touchdowns. So he has 7 total touchdowns to 1 total turnover. Again, this is a team that was not supposed to get a lot of wins. They have a lot of holes. The defense is really, really bad. They're probably not going to win a lot of games because of that. But I think the only caveat to that is if they do win a lot of games, it's going to be because of Jayden Daniels and this offense. Again, I'm not going to go and now say that Daniels is going to make the playoffs with this team and get 10 wins because there's a lot of season left. And this defense, I think, is going to be a liability, especially when you play some of those really, really good teams like the divisional matchups against the Cowboys and the Eagles. That will be very telling how this Washington team can compete against some of the more high-power offenses in the NFL, especially with the Eagles, assuming they have everybody healthy whenever they play. But yeah, I mean, at this pace, I mean, look, you have, Luke McCaffrey, he's made some plays. You have Austin Eckler, he's third in their receiving yards for like a 30-whatever-year-old running back. You got Brian Robinson Jr. putting in work, and then, of course, Terry McLaurin. I was so skeptical when they let go of Jahan Dotson. I was like, do they really have a vision? Like, is this team really gonna, do anything? Why would you let go of or trade your wide receiver 2 weeks before the season starts? And I guess it is still unclear as to why, but it doesn't seem like it's hurt them that much. They found other ways to win, and that's the crazy thing to me, is that this is Jayden Daniels having to compete with not the best weapons around him, right? It's not like top of the league. It could probably be worse, but he's got Terry McLaurin and then a pretty good talent drop-off after that. So, I mean, Washington, I think they found their franchise guy. I think now you can look at bringing guys in free agency, drafting, trading, get some more guys. Well, I mean, obviously defense, but for the sake of this video, get him some more weapons. Get him like a better wide receiver too. I mean, I think he's only going to get better at this point. If he could have a defense that could consistently get him stops, Washington probably would have blown out a couple of these teams. Like they probably would have killed the Giants and the Bengals, to be honest with you, and they probably would have competed with the Buccaneers more if they had a better defense. So I think this is the very beginning for Jayden Daniels and the Commanders. I think it's going to be really exciting to follow this throughout the season. I think the early season kind of climb they're having is a little similar to that season the Texans had last year, where slowly but surely throughout the year they're kind of chipping away and proving that they really could be the real deal. I see Washington the same way. I think it'd be very tough for them to win the division, but again, it's not unheard of. This happens. These quick turnarounds, it does happen. Burrow's first full season healthy after his ACL tear, Bengals went to the Super Bowl. Stroud last year, first season, DeMeco Ryans' first season as a head coach, they win the division. So anything's possible. I'm really excited to follow the Commanders this year. They're one of my more they're one of the teams I'm more excited to watch right now, to be honest with you. Them and the Vikings. The Vikings, I'll have video out as well on Thursday, so be on the lookout for that. But that's going to do it for the video. Let me know down below what you guys think of the Commanders and this really hot start they're getting off to. I mean, they're 3-1. It's really cool to see. So make sure to subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. It is free. It takes just a second. I would really appreciate that. Let me know how your favorite team did this past Sunday, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.